Okay, there wasn't a whole lot the Vikings did in this game. Basically what they did was they crashed when there was a run, and they played Tampa 2 when there was a pass. So on this first run, it's going to be a GT counter. Guard tackle is going to pull to the right. The guy that looks like an edge, I don't know if he's a defensive tackle or not, but he's playing outside shade to the tight end. He's going to crash inside all the way to the B gap, even though he's standing in the D gap. And then the linebackers kind of just fill. The gap scheme didn't work really well for the Bears in this game when they ran plays that were just straight up, and they drove the defensive tackles off the line of scrimmage. It worked much better for them. This trap play worked well because the left defensive tackle for the Vikings usually is able to come upfield, but this he kind of just plays straight up, and they're able to open up a big gap to run, but the fullback misses the block. They do another trap play. The left side of the defensive line, they slant hard inside and they get push. It kind of disrupts the play and timing of the pull. The running back doesn't like it, and he tries to bounce it the other way and nothing's there. Here's another run play. It's just kind of straight up zone. The line gets a good push on the D tackles and ends up being a good run play. And this worked well for the Bears throughout the game. Another zone. Swift did this a number of times. He acted like he was going to hit it in the middle, and then he just bounced it outside. This zone block straight up did not work well because the nose tackle and the right defensive end do a good job holding there, as well as the left defensive tackle. So it ends up positive, but not too much. It's kind of a zone with a pull. Not exactly sure what the run play is supposed to be, but the left guard pulls. You see 97 just drive his guy. Vikings just really collapse that middle. Next play is zone left, and the edge just kind of jukes out the tight end and disrupts the play. Here is a straight up zone middle. Swift acts like he's going to go middle, and then he bounces it outside. Gets a good block, goes for long. Just a dive. Good block from the fullback. He's actually an O lineman, number 68. Zone left. There's just no way the tackle is going to be able to make the block on 99, who's playing over the guard. So he's going to slant hard on a zone run. So it's almost like you need to have the guard block him out and have 58 just down block. There's another zone left run. Vikings defense all slant toward the direction of the zone run. DeAndre Swift cuts it all the way back to the opposite side, outside. Ends up being a decent play, 6 yards. Bears were only 1 for 3 in red zone, so that could be a reason why they didn't put up a lot of points. Here's another GT counter. Again, the edge on the left side, he's going to slant. He holds his ground decently well. Ends up being a gain of 4. The quarterback keeper doesn't work too well. The outside runs work pretty well in this game. Here's a toss zone run, which the Bears seem to do decently well. That play didn't go for very much because the edge does a decent job setting the edge. It's kind of a fly sweep, jet sweep. It works pretty well for them, probably because the edge down at the bottom tries to go inside. It's another fly sweep, works well again. Another zone run works decently well because nose tackle tries to hold, but he ends up tripping. Get about 4 on that play. It's a straight up zone, and Bears kind of block down. They get push from the right. Everybody push the tackles down in the middle. Swift kind of bounce it off the tackle. Tackle does a good job hitting the linebacker 44 just enough to create a lane to get some more yardage. There's another trap play, and either left defensive tackle, if you consider the guy in the middle, and nose tackle, does a good job slanting in and pushing his guy back, kind of disrupting the timing of the pull. Swift has to wait and doesn't work. There's a play action pass that worked well. I thought they probably should have done this more because the edges, they seem to attack the running back hard. Here's a pass play. The Vikings, they did a lot of Tampa 2 in this game. It's where the middle linebacker, he'll drop straight back, and the safeties play on the numbers. It's another Tampa 2. The safety kind of stays down low in between the hashes, and the safeties will drop almost into a cover 2 on the numbers area. And Caleb did not do well reading this. I don't think the routes really did him a whole lot of favor either. I didn't see the Bears really attack the safeties all that much in the deep part of the area. Probably should have done more of that. Bears did a lot of wide receiver screens, which worked decently well, I think. On this play in a 4x1, I think it's Roma Dunze. He just runs straight free up the field. Caleb doesn't see it. But if Caleb sees that guy, looks like the safety at the top comes down hard, get the running back, and opens up the deep part of the area wide open. This next play, it's weird coverage. I'm not sure what that is, but do a wide receiver screen. I think it was a third and really long, and so they don't get the first for their wide receiver screen. Here they motion the running back out, it becomes a 4x1, and this play actually works really well. The cornerback stays down low, and it kind of opens up that whole area for a deep shot. They probably should have worked more stuff like that in this game. Either that or like outs in the curl area, like on this next play. Their wide receiver screen. So one thing I noticed about Caleb is his footwork is not great. He throws a lot off his front foot. He should be throwing off his back foot, and I think it's because his feet need work. Like on this play, he's kind of slow to get to his drop. He needs to drop immediately to his drop, and then there's also a guy jumping in the way, so that could be part of the problem. But he's definitely throwing off his front foot, and so he's losing accuracy because he needs to throw more power with his arm because he's not getting power from his hips. So this play was good. They just worked that curl area, sit in the curl, easy pitch and catch for a long gain. Next play didn't work. It's a deep shot, it's overthrown. They do a little zone middle to tight end pull. Swift bounces it to the outside, makes the guy miss, and gets a nice gain out of it. Next play just overthrows it. Probably should have thrown it to the guy to the left, down low. It's a safety staying high. That post by the tight end at the top looks like it probably would have been a good option to throw. Everything else looks covered. There's a 5-man blitz. Caleb does a good job hitting the curl immediately. There's an empty. They motion the running back out, and I'm not sure what this play is supposed to be because it looks like the wide receivers down at the bottom are blocking. But if that slot receiver that's running a deep route, he attacks the post. For some reason, he turns back to a post corner right into the defender. Kind of play a high-low over that guy that's running in the middle of the hash. Probably work a lot better for them. So that's pretty much it. Vikings didn't do a whole lot of crazy stuff. They just did a lot of slants towards the way. They were running zone run, ran a lot of Tampa 2. Occasionally they would run a cover 3. I don't think Bears did a whole lot of good with the routes they ran. Probably should have ran a lot more routes that were zone beaters. Maybe ran some more posts high and then something over the middle low to put that in between the hashes in conflict. Gap scheme was not working well, so they probably just stuck just straight up zone combo block. And then Caleb needs to work on his footing so he's not throwing off his front foot. They've also done more play action in this game because the Vikings edges, they'll just crash down on the running back, and maybe more 4x1s because that seemed to work well, or 3x1s. The play where Caleb fumbles, gets sacked for a fumble. This is why it looked like it was predetermined that he was going to Keenan Allen, and he completely sent 5. So he should have been more cognizant of what was going on to his left. And on top of that, he needs to step up in the pocket because he's making it too easy on the edge, turn that corner and beat the tackle. Tackle also needs to do a better job, and the running back should also help with that block. But yeah, it looked like he was predetermined that he was throwing to Keenan and completely ignores what is happening to his left.